2.3 Words of the Faith. 1 Timothy 4, verse 6. By pointing out these things to the brothers, you will be a good servant of Christ Jesus, nourished by the words of the faith and sound instruction you have followed. Once again, Timothy is entrusted with an awesome responsibility of pointing out or conveying all the instructions contained in Paul's letter to his fellow brethren. Paul assures him that in so doing, he not only shows his loyalty as a good servant of Christ, but also exhibits the true marks of a qualified student who has thoroughly followed godly instruction and is well nourished by the ways of the faith. Hebrews 11, verse 1 gives a beautiful expression of biblical faith as the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. In its simplest form, biblical faith can be defined as confidence in God's faithfulness. However, it is important to note that Paul here was talking about words of the faith instead of words of faith, which could have simply meant declarations of faith or God's spoken or conveyed words in faith to Timothy by Paul, which would have been synonymous to the widespread theology of the word of faith worldwide Christian movement today. On the contrary, in words of the faith here, Paul is more likely referring to the apostolic creeds or words of the Christian faith passed down to them by the apostles. The passage here also talks about Timothy being nourished by these words of the faith, that is, finding constant encouragement in them. For instance, just as plants may require nourishment to grow and flourish, according to Paul here, it is only well-nourished believers such as Timothy who are able to grow spiritually and in turn teach others as a result of keeping the faith which was handed down to them by the apostles. In this context, Paul's statements such as, I have fought the good fight of faith, I have finished the race, I have kept the faith, would make more sense when properly interpreted to mean, I have fought the Christian faith, I have finished the Christian race, and I have kept the Christian faith. Or simply put, in spite of all trials and tribulations along the way, I have not lost my salvation or departed from the apostolic doctrine or the right doctrine in this context.